Aloha, nirashaimase. Welcome to Sup-Sapporo, Dosanko Live. This is Chad and Jamie hanging in Sapporo, Japan. Thanks for joining us. If you're back and like what you heard, please support us and hit that subscribe button. Mahalo.
All right, let's start it then.
All right, good times.
Good times. So this is
All right.
episode 3.
Episode 3, where has the time flown by? It's flying by.
Yeah. So I just really want to drink. So I'm going to open. Oh, my beer is disappearing on me.
Oh, you can't see anything. It's supposedly it's a Sapporo classic, probably, I saw.
It is.
Here's my water for the evening. Kampai.
All right, kampai. Yeah. Yeah, I was drinking yesterday. Every time I come on here, I seem to have a hangover.
What a coincidence. Well, you're usually off on Sundays, though, right?
Yeah, I'm usually off on Sundays.
That's the reason why.
Yeah. Man, it was my first week back at work.
How was it?
Yeah, it was interesting. Most of my students are coming, but there's a handful that's still afraid. So
Sure.
it was interesting. It was nice seeing everyone. Yeah, it was weird though, because I went to Sapporo station and everything was still kind of, it was like half open, but it's still fairly empty.
Yeah.
My classes, the building I'm teaching in, they have alcohol stations everywhere, and then we have to wipe down the room, wipe down the tables after we use it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I went back to work this week also too, and man, like the trains are like, I had to I had to catch a train, and man, there was like zero tourists on it. I was actually able to, it was like not even half full. Yeah, going to Sapporo station, I mean, it was packed, but it wasn't like packed like usual. I mean, there was like zero tourists, man. I saw like zero tourists. And then
man,
the
tourists
subways are not even packed. Yeah.
There's some Chinese tourists coming back. Apparently,
really?
If you're very rich, you can charter a plane. So if you see some Chinese tourists around Sapporo, those guys are rich.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Personal flights. Wow.
One of my students works at a department store, and she saw a couple of Chinese tourists, but the only way they can come here is if they charter a plane. It's crazy, man. Yeah, they're banking.
Yeah. Nice. Wow. Yeah, but work for me has been all right too, man. Like my students all showing up. There's not been many cancellations, and I don't know, it's going by pretty easy, man. Easy back to work, man. It's pretty chill. And then the weather's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Like today was beautiful, sunny, but cool breeze happening. Yeah, wonderful, man. Wonderful.
It's been a cold week.
Yeah, it's been kind of unusual.
I heard it got down to like 15 degrees Celsius. It's June.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah. I was hoping for it to be a little more warm today because I wanted to barbecue again. But
yeah, me too.
That didn't happen. Yeah, so some of my students are taking it to the extreme. Like we got some that they're washing the change they get. Oh, flag down.
Dropped. Yeah.
But they're washing the change from stores.
Washing their change?
Yeah, like they bring it home, they wash the change. They're very cautious.
Wow.
They're a little older, so they're worried. But and I got other people that don't really care. They're going out, going to restaurants. Yeah. But anyway, anything else? How was your week? Did you do anything besides work?
Just going out, just hanging out, dude. Just regular stuff, man. Nothing special.
You got any plans?
Definitely looking forward. Me plans. Definitely lots of barbecues in the future. I'm definitely going to partake of a lot of barbecues, man. Last week I did have a barbecue though. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, me too.
That was nice.
Hokkaido people seem to like barbecues. So for what is that? Cherry blossom viewing.
Yeah.
In Hokkaido they do barbecues and they go to the park and drink. But I didn't realize until some of my students told me they do it differently in the south.
Oh, really? How they
Yeah,
do it differently?
they they buy bentos, so they get bentos or some
Ah,
food from convenience stores
yeah.
and beer, but they don't barbecue. And the reason
Oh,
why
nice.
is because everything in Tokyo is so close together
Yeah.
and they're worried about fires, so
Oh,
they can't. And if they do want to barbecue, they have to go to the outskirts of Tokyo into some park and
oh.
they can barbecue then. Yeah.
That makes sense. Hokkaido does have a lot more room, and I think
Oh yes.
I mean, it's still kind of cramped here for like I mean, if you compare American places to Hokkaido, it's still a little cramped. But as far as space wise, I mean, people over here have a lot more space. It's not like in Tokyo, man, the space is like every little square inch is put something is put there, right? So
Yeah.
over here, definitely a lot more space. So yeah, I think it's a lot more easy to barbecue.
Yeah, the houses too here are more spaced out.
Yeah,
Like
which is
riding
nice.
riding the train on the,
Mm.
I don't know what line that is, but you know the circle one? Like it just goes around in circles.
Yeah, yeah,
The,
yeah,
the
yeah,
famous
yeah,
line. But
yeah.
just ride around on that, looking at apartment buildings,
Mm.
houses,
Oh yeah, Yamanote,
centimeters.
Yamanote. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Yamanase line.
yeah,
It's crazy. I
yeah.
always
It's pretty
wondered, like,
nuts.
if something breaks in there, how do they repair it? Because I have no idea how they do that. Yeah, it's
Crazy.
amazing. So everything started to open up again. I went
Yeah.
to get some soft cream, some Hokkaido soft
Oh,
cream.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it was a pistachio flavor.
Oh, nice,
Pistachio flavor soft cream. They use the Hokkaido milk, but I got some dessert, some cake, and some
nice.
macaroons. That's it. Yeah, nothing much. Slowly building back up.
Yeah, some of the malls are open, but I think they're actually closing at around 6. A lot of the short stores in the mall are closing at 6 o'clock or closing very early. So,
Mm,
sometimes I finish working around 7 o'clock, and about half of the stores are closed already.
nice. It's for safety.
Safety, safety, yes, safety first, kids, safety first.
But izakayas started to open up, and
Nice.
a lot of them are get. They're actually filling up. Kushidori
Oh yeah.
was packed. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
and some other local izakayas near my house. They were
Hmm.
all lively. Kind of looks like
Oh,
how it
nice.
was before.
One of my favorite places in Sapporo is the Otaro Beer Liebstein restaurant in Siskino. A lot of my friends and I would partake of their 5-hour nomi hore, all you can drink for what was it, about 1,800 yen around there. We would
Yeah,
go there literally like every month and lose a couple hours of memory and have lots of great times there. Fortunately, it's going to
we were
close.
speaking
Yeah,
about it, right? Like
yeah,
the last podcast, I think we
yeah,
spoke about it for a little bit.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but the original place in Otaro is still going to be open, so at least
Oh.
that's open. But gonna miss that place. Very good food, excellent service. I'm really surprised he didn't kick us out of that place many times we went there.
That is,
Smashed
it's
the beer.
crazy that
Yeah,
that's closed. And something maybe even more surprising, I heard that the Don Quixote in Odori in
yeah,
Tanukikoji
yeah.
is closed for good. Like they closed it. The
Really?
big Don Quixote. Yeah.
Whoa,
Like
man. What?
it used to be at 3 Chome, I think, and then
Yeah,
they closed it. They did a whole renewal. They made a brand new Don Quixote right across the street at 4 Chome, and
yeah.
it was nice. It was big, nice, made for the tourists. But since
Mm.
the tourist industry is basically dead now, It
Yeah.
went under. So that thing is gone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
that is
bad,
crazy.
man. Yeah, that
Can't
was a
believe it.
huge place too, and I like going there too. I mean, they had lots of deals. I mean, Halloween they had lots of costumes, and it was full of so everything, whatever you need. That's sad, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that one's closed. Your favorite 5-hour Nomi Hodai spot is
Ah,
closed. There's this other place, Ungate. It was
mm,
a yakiniku shop, pretty good
yeah.
yakiniku shop. All you can eat, all you can drink. That place to shut down. Okay. So, enough about our week. What are we talking about today?
All right. So I think we're talking about hobbies, a little bit more, I guess, about us and what we're into, and of course, there's hobbies in general, and maybe some Japan specific hobbies also too, or a Japan specific hobby we can also talk about.
All right.
So what about you? What hobbies do you have, and what is there anything specifically you like doing in Japan?
So in Japan, um, what did I do? When I first got here, I not when I first. I actually I liked watching MMA. I like
Mm,
mixed martial arts,
yeah,
but
me too.
I never trained anything,
Yeah.
and I just watched it. But one of my students, the husband owned a gym, and the gym happened to be near my house. So I checked it out one day, and
Mm,
I started training. Not to compete; it was just for exercise because I was really
yeah.
fat. But yeah, I went there, and then I kind of took up Muay Thai and kickboxing, boxing,
Mm,
some jujitsu, judo, all of that. They had some beginner classes, and um, yeah, I went. And kudo is a kind of hybrid martial arts. It's basically kind of like karate and judo and kickboxing and jujitsu. It's all kind of MMA, I think.
mm.
But yeah, so I went to this gym near. It was maybe 15 minutes away by bicycle. I started training there. I made a lot of friends there from all over the world. Some Australians,
Cool.
um, people from Thailand. Some of
Mm.
the Muay Thai teachers. There are two of them from Thailand. Some of the Kudo teachers and Taekwondo teachers were from Korea,
Oh,
and
cool.
had Japanese teachers. Yeah, it was great. But I did enter a few fights. Like I tried. I think I spoke briefly about it before,
Yeah.
but um, so basically it's an open belt, open weight, and I think I don't remember the rules, but it was very minimal. Like I think we could even do some groin shots were allowed, if I remember correctly.
Oh, nut shots.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. Head. Well, you guys got headbutts. You guys
Yeah, we
got
could headbutt too.
yeah,
We could
headbutt,
headbutt.
nut shots.
I mean, we had a helmet. It was a kind of small helmet. Like you still get rattled. Like if they hit you flush or kick you, you get rattled with the helmet on.
Mm. Yeah.
But you could headbutt. You could nut shot. You could elbow, knee, kick, punch, everything.
Yeah.
And the open weight thing and open belt. Like so when I went to my first match, I was
Mm.
watching and I was nervous. Like I was crazy nervous. I started like shaking from adrenaline, like just watching the this black belt guy, like, and he was fighting this white belt,
Yeah.
and he knocked
Oh,
him
really?
out with the
Oh,
helmet.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, nice. That's
um,
always nice to see before you go up and fight, right?
yeah. Man, the audio is cracking right now. Oh, I can pause. All right, we had a little technical difficulty. The sound should be much better now.
All right.
Yeah. So what were we talking about? Ah, my
You
fight. Yeah. So yeah. So my fight. I had I entered and I got there. I arrived and I looked. I watched the first fight and there's a black belt guy fighting a white belt guy, and it's just random seeds. So everything was all random, and this white belt guy got unlucky and he got knocked out, man, with a helmet on, and that shit scared me even more. And I was so nervous. I was like, damn. And then I was looking around for who I was gonna fight.
Yeah.
He he was, I think he was like 6'3", and he was like maybe 20 pounds heavier than me. and and I looked at him. I was like, damn, that's the guy I gotta fight.
Eye of the tiger, man. Eye of the tiger.
No, I didn't have that mentality. Like I have no idea why I entered. Actually, I shouldn't have entered, but I got talked into it.
Challenge,
Like,
challenge,
yeah,
man.
just try.
Challenge.
The gym teacher's like, just try. Don't worry. You have helmet.
Don't worry, get in a couple cracks before he knocks you out, right?
Yeah, but
You did
anyway,
good, man. I saw that video. You did great, man.
yeah, that fight, I did pretty good actually. It was a split decision loss. I lost, but it was split decision at least. And
Mm.
the guy I fought ended up winning the entire tournament.
Oh,
So
wow.
I lost to the champion.
Well, that's not as bad then.
It feels better. I just like to say that to make myself feel better.
Wow.
But I think if we didn't have the helmet though, I hit him really hard. So I fight southpaw, and I did a basic like sway, and then I came in with a straight left, and I cracked him hard.
Nice.
But it's not like MMA where they let you keep going, so they kind of reset you if you hit them really hard. Unless you get knocked out, then it's over. But yeah, so I cracked him really hard, and I think I would have dropped him if we had no mask on.
Nice.
I watched the video. My movement looked pretty good. It was all reaction, and yeah, it was good. That was my first time, and also you have to fight. So that guy, he beat me, and then he had a small break, and then he had to fight 4 more times.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So it's all in one day.
Stand-up tournament, yeah.
Yeah. So if you win, you continue, and then you just keep going. And then the other fight I had, that one I lost. I wasn't prepared. I was actually prepared for my first fight because I was so nervous. I trained really hard. My second fight, I had no passion, but I just got talked into fighting again, trying again. And then the guy I fought, he was a military guy. He was full-time military, and he was also higher belt, more experience, but that's all right. No problem.
Nice. You put up a good fight for that one?
That one was no, not really. I lost unanimous, but it was the second fight I was moving back and forth. Like I wasn't using angles. I wasn't going left and right, so that was my fault. I think it was basically I didn't spar for the training. I didn't spar to prepare for that one, and it was totally different. I kind of locked up and froze, I guess. The first fight I did, I trained a lot, and I did lots of sparring for that one, so it felt more natural. Like, oh, it's kind of like training. But the second one I did zero sparring. That was a huge mistake.
You maybe you weren't prepared for it.
Oh, I guarantee, not prepared. Yeah. I think I did it for the so afterwards we usually go to a drinking party. I think I just wanted to
Yeah.
partake in the drinking party.
That is
So
one of the nice things about here, man.
yeah,
The drinking parties and the second drinking party and the third drinking party. Yeah, yeah, good stuff.
we went to Asahi Biruen. Yeah, Asahi Biruen for
Yeah,
the party, and
yeah.
it's a yakiniku shop. They serve Genghis Khan and
Hmm.
some other cuts, pork, chicken, all that good stuff,
Nice, nice.
and beer. So I think I did it for the party. Yeah, I entered a third time, but my work got really busy, so I had to quit the gym. I
Hmm.
stopped. Mm. So I haven't trained for maybe 6 months. Kind of miss it. Yeah. How about you?
Uh, as far as like my hobbies,
Yeah, your hobbies.
right?
What are you doing here
I
in
have
Japan?
too many hobbies, man. I have too many hobbies. My two current ones at the moment are I play music again, so I like music. I was a musician. I played music for geez, like 30 years. Can't
30?
believe it's been that long. Yeah, 30 years, man.
Damn.
So yeah, so I just recently got back into playing music. So it's been my consuming passion again, which is nice because I kind of stopped for a while. So playing acoustic guitar again. My main instrument was bass, so doing a lot of that stuff. Trying to get back into recording, trying to figure out how to play the acoustic guitar. It's really interesting. So it's real passionate. I've been listening to lots of different music and stuff. So um, that's like probably my number one thing right now. And then as far as music, I'm listening to lots of different diverse kinds of music right now and trying to figure out what kind of genre to get into. I've been listening to a lot of acoustic guitar players, and I like jazz kind of rock, jazz fusion kind of stuff on bass. So I'm a big Jaco Pastorius fan, and I like the funk, jazz, rock kind of bands, Weather Report, Return to Forever, that kind of stuff like that. So
So
I
you're
listen to too many
playing
types of music.
every day? You're practicing every day?
I try to. I think my problem is I like too many things. I have electric guitar. I've got a couple of acoustic guitars, acoustic basses. So I get obsessed with something for a while, and that's all I do. And then I'm like, oh, I want to play guitar now, and I just quit playing bass and I play guitar, and it kind of switches back and forth. So too many
Hmm.
things I want to do. So, but
Which do you enjoy more?
I I like playing the acoustic guitar because it's you can play it by itself. You don't need amplification, and you can do the rhythmic part, the kind of solo melody part, and the bass part all together.
Hmm.
It's a little difficult to do, but it's fun. Bass, well, electric guitar for me is fun because you can make him play it and make all kinds of interesting noises, and just crank up the guitar really loud. Bass for me recently has been probably more fun. It's I finally understand what I've been missing all of these years. I practiced for a lot, but I was a very mediocre musician for a long time. So just kind of had a enlightening moment maybe about a couple of months ago, and it kind of triggered something in my head. So when I pick up the bass now, I'm able to more express myself how I want to how I feel through playing.
What was missing?
I think the and it's probably different for everyone, but for me, the missing aspect for music for me was just the meaning behind the note, like the the emotional content behind the note. I think for me, I used to practice play scales and try to learn songs and stuff, but I knew there was something missing. I didn't know what it was, and I think a couple of months ago, I just really been listening to a lot of music. I saw Tommy Emmanuel, this amazing guitar player, acoustic guitar player. I saw him play in Tokyo about a year ago, and man, he just lit me up. I never saw anybody that played guitar like that. I've seen a lot of concerts. I've seen about 70 concerts, but
Hmm.
he lit something up in me, man. Yeah, I saw that guy and I was like, wow, that guy is just basically he's just basically communicating through his instrument. He's like fluent in speaking music through his guitar, and it kind of gave me inspiration. I was like, wow, this is amazing, dude. This guy is basically just fluently speaking his language through the instrument. It was amazing.
So are
So I
you
think he, yeah,
gigging at all? You're thinking of gigging or?
yeah, I'm thinking about kind of rekindling a music, possibly a music career. So in the future, after all this craziness is done, I would like to start playing out again. I want to start recording music and playing some clubs and playing out again. It's fun. I miss it, man. It was really
Nice.
fun. I mean, you're a musician too, right? So
I used to be.
yeah,
I think.
yeah, you still are, brother.
Man. So I used to play saxophone,
Yeah.
but I started in junior high school.
Mm.
We were Man, we were horrible though. Like the music programs in Hawaii were not strong, especially when you uh go
Yeah.
to certain schools, like
Yes. Yes.
public schools on Oahu at least. There's probably two or three that have a reasonable or like a pretty good band
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
Um, but my middle school, bro, we sound like Japanese elementary school band in in middle school, and
Yeah.
probably these elementary school bands here in Japan were way better. But but yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't good, and I basically took it for an easy A because
Yeah.
that was an easy class to pass. You just show up and do what they tell you to. I didn't care about music at all at that point in my life.
Yeah.
Um, Even in high school, I I didn't really care about playing. I had no lessons. I just did
Mm.
whatever I had to do, bare minimum, get that easy grade.
Yeah.
Um, I somehow got a scholarship into my college, and it was a full ride for playing music.
Nice. That's good.
And at that time, that's when I started to realize, I enjoy this, and
Yeah.
I started to practice on my own. But by then it was too late, so I was very mediocre. But I
Mm.
could pick up on it a little bit. And at that time, I really wanted to drink in bars, and that was my driving force of playing in the beginning.
I think
So
that's everyone's driving force when they're in college, man.
but no, but I didn't think about it that way. I didn't know. I didn't realize that by playing music, I could get into some bars and clubs and play music, and they give me a band.
Yeah.
I get to drink, and they give me free drinks. The audience buys you drinks. There's so many times I got shit faced because the audience bought some crown crown
Yeah.
shots,
Oh.
and
Oh.
they buy it for the entire band. And we just take
Oh.
shots and play, and it was kind of fun because in the beginning it kind of helped me solo, but
Yeah.
after 4, 5, 6 shots, you kind of start to go downhill. Like you ride it,
Yeah.
you're going up,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
that peak where you just too drunk, and then your playing
Yeah.
just goes down.
Yeah. Yeah. Been there, man. Been there.
So
You feel like
I
you did
wait.
good at the time, but like if
The
they have
the
recordings of
what?
it, you're like, ooh.
Recordings. Yeah, we had some recordings, but um that was so that was saxophone, and I played uh I basically played background music, and I sometimes soloed. Like
Yeah.
the main were the guitarist, the bass player, the drums, and then there was a horn section, small horn section, and we played all kinds of music, mostly blues. It was like
Yeah.
blues rock. Um,
Nice.
yeah, man, I used to play in this bar. It was next to a strip club in the middle of nowhere. at by Sand Island
Wow.
Access Road.
That's the best places to learn to play music, dude.
R&B's, man,
Oh,
I loved
nice.
it.
Yeah.
Every week, man, I used to go there. Um, that place is now closed or they changed owner or something, but it's not the same
Hmm.
place. Yeah, we used to go there. We used to gig from like 9 p.m. and sometimes we'd finish at like 4 a.m. Do
Nice.
like crazy sets and
That's
all.
that's how you get good, man.
Yeah, yeah. After I started playing there, I played weekly. Uh, I started to get much better at
Yeah.
saxophone.
Yeah.
Uh, those guys were crazy musicians. It was an honor to play with them. Like I didn't carry myself in the beginning,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was good times.
No, that's great, man. I used to play in Atlanta, Georgia, with a bunch of bands and stuff, and went over all over Georgia and played like 3, 4 sets. This is great, man. Excellent learning experience. It was so much fun, man.
Mm. And we played at this. I think it was a first birthday party,
Hmm.
and so he the guitarist he had this line, and he got all the kids in the front sitting down, and then all the kids he got them to repeat, "Put one leg on your shoulder, babe. Put two legs on your shoulder, babe. Now run, 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 run." And you got all these little kids. They're all repeating, and I'm looking at the parents. I'm like, yeah.
Well, they have no idea what he's talking about. Like, oh, that sounds
Yeah,
fun. That's like a
yeah,
game.
and it was really funky and groovy, and it
Yeah.
sounded good, bluesy. And then
Right.
he'd just do a killer solo after that. And then like half of the parents thought it was funny, the other half you see their faces. Man, it was great. Uh,
Nice.
we even played at D&B's once, and
Hmm.
some lady asked the organizer to tell
Yeah.
us to play softer. It's
Turn it
like,
up. Turn up the amp.
no, he made it like super soft for like a minute where you couldn't really
Yeah.
hear anything,
Yeah.
and then he turned it up.
Nice.
And then he held his guitar up,
That's
and
that's the way to do it.
he uh he lit up a joint behind the guitar, and then he said, this is not this is not a this is not marijuana that I'm smoking behind this guitar. And he
It's
took like a
cloves.
few hits.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Cloves.
that guy was crazy. I loved it.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good times, man. I like playing music, man. It was great. I miss
Yeah,
playing it. I'm hopefully I can start playing out again over here too.
yeah. Well,
But I don't know. For me, as far as like my hobby, as far as being connected to Japan, I think I like martial arts too. I my background is more traditional martial arts. So I've done Aikido since I started as a kid. Actually, did as a kid. Then I came back. I did Aikido in Colorado for about a year in the early millennia, 2004 or something like that. And then I moved back to Hawaii. I did Aikido. So I did Aikido probably about 10 years or so, off and on. So I have a black belt in Aikido. I've done a little bit of Ili Chuan, which is a Chinese martial art. I really like that. That was great. I did some karate too for a short time. I've done several types of Aikido. And besides doing Aikido, I did a lot of research. I was actually part of a small group of people that actually did Aikido history research in Hawaii. So my grandfather was a Aikido sensei back in Hakala in the '60s and
nice.
'70s. So I was kind of wanting to learn about my roots and learn about him and stuff. So I started researching it a bit. He passed away unfortunately, so I didn't get to talk to him too much about it. But I inherited all of his stuff, so I have his wooden sword, his Vulcan, and his Joe and stuff, and I actually have his black belt from the 1960s too, which is really cool. And then I decided to interview all of his friends because I couldn't find any information about this stuff in Hawaii, in Hilo, so where I'm from. So I actually went on my own personal thing to try and find out more history. So I talked to all of his friends, all his contemporaries and his friends. I recorded them, and I was trying to compile things for like a historical document of like an oral history slash kind of historical just data information. And I also wanted to find pictures of the instructors and of the dojos if possible. So I was able to find a ton of pictures that
Nice.
probably were not on the internet and stuff. So I'm pretty lucky. I met some really interesting people during that time, and the dojo I was practicing at, Aikido of Hilo, I was practicing at the moment at that time. I got to practice with all kinds of people. Met people from all over the world. I went to a couple of big seminars. I met some really high-ranking people, and I made a lot of friends on the internet that do Aikido, Karate, Daito-ryu, Aikido-Jiu-Jitsu, Koryu. I met tons and tons of people, really interesting people. So yeah, I've done Aikido. I like reading about it. I've collected books. I've done a bunch of research on it. That's kind of like my connection with Japan. Is the thing I like to do. So
So you're a first degree black belt
yeah, sure.
or first
Which
degree?
yeah. So basically, for me, what Shodan means is, and all these people, they have a lot of people saying, "Oh, black belt, wow, you must be able to kick ass." No, no. All black belt means is you get your ass beat by the higher ranked people, because once you put on the hako and the black belt, they just beat the shit out of you afterwards, because you're supposed to be able to like take that stuff and be able to roll and stuff. So they beat the crap out of you. So
Nice.
it's fun.
Uh,
It's fun. It's interesting.
are you still training now?
Right now, yeah, I train with a couple of guys. I have a friend from work. My friend Chris, he does Aikido. He does the Iwame style of Aikido, which is really interesting style. And then I practice with another him and a small group of people in Sapporo. So I practice with the Hokkaido Aikido group, and I practice with a sensei, Homa sensei, who does Nishio Aikido, which is a weapon specific kind of Aikido. Really interesting.
So is this like a gym or is it some circle you guys put together?
The guys I practice with right now, it's not really I guess a group. We just kind of a practice. I don't know how you say it, like a practice, like a small practice group.
Yeah.
One of the guys I know has his own dojo in Sapporo. This guy Amir, he has got his own dojo near Nishi Juni, Akita Juni, Akita 12 station. Yeah, he's got a small dojo there. He's a real nice guy.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah, of
there
course, like
is
Taekwondo.
a lot of like small groups that get together and train martial arts at the community centers too, and those
Yeah,
guys are badass, man. Like these guys that get together and train in small community centers, it's
yeah.
scary. And I think a lot of them are in the yakuza maybe because they
Are you
they have
talking about like,
sleeve tattoos.
yeah?
Yeah,
Are they at the Taikukan? You mean?
like there is that the community
Like
like
the
community
community
gyms or
gyms?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, community gyms because I went to I went there a few times when I first started. There's this
yeah.
one kid, his his parents wanted me to come out and see him train and join in and stuff.
Yeah.
But I went in there and these guys are basically just sparring. It wasn't a lesson. Like they don't teach you the basics. You just get thrown off the deep end.
Wow.
And at the
Learn
time he
fast that way.
was 13. This kid was
Yeah.
13 and kicked my ass. He was super strong. It was crazy,
Yeah.
and he was fighting professionally
Wow.
or amateur, but he was fighting grown ass men like in their 20s and 30s, and he was knocking them out and submitting
This
them.
is like kickboxing or something?
MMA. But I went there to train jujitsu, and he just tapped me. Like he tapped me in 10 seconds. But that was my first. I think that was my very first time training in some type of martial arts. But I felt the feeling of being manhandled by a 13-year-old boy. That was crazy.
Learn humility, man. Humility.
And then I went on to practice with the other guys, and I was just getting ragdolled, everything. And they finally took me to the side and was teaching me the basics. But in the beginning, god damn, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And they were so nice. They looked scary because they were all tatted up, and I'm not used to seeing people with tattoos in Japan. Yeah, but they were cool. And
where was this? What Taikukan was this?
This was in Westward. I think it was at Shinkotoni, near Shinkotoni Station, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they still meet there, because now the kid is now 17, I think, and he's fighting in one, or I think he fought in one, or they have one of these like UFC. You know how the UFC had the shows where you compete, and then if you do good, they give you a contract, something like that.
Yeah.
So he's doing this version for ONE FC, and he did a straight up Muay Thai fight. That one he lost, but he did he's not a straight Muay Thai fighter, so yeah, he lost that one. But he fought a MMA ruled bout and he won. And this kid's still 17, so that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, his name's Yamato. So if you Nishikawa Yamato, you see him, you'll probably see him soon in ONE FC, and he's trying to get into UFC and Bellator and all that stuff.
He was a student of yours, English student?
No, he used to go to the gym that I went to. I used to go to train, but he started off there, and then he trained with his parents, his dad, and then he sometimes goes in for like sparring practice to train with the Muay Thai teachers or some jiu-jitsu. Because then there used to be a couple world champions at the gym, and they now moved to Tokyo because they were trying to qualify for the Olympics, and the quality of fighters in Tokyo is much higher, so they had to move for that high level competition. But he used to just come in once in a while to train with them, and I used to just watch them roll. I was like, damn, yeah, crazy kid.
Yeah, different level.
Huh? Different level. Fucking tapped me.
Nice.
For shame. 13-year-old, bruh. That I was thinking about that for so long. I was like, bruh, this 13-year-old kid just kicked my ass.
Well, that's the nice thing about martial arts, man. I mean, they really teach you about humility. If you're a dedicated practitioner, it doesn't really matter how big you are. You know, you get tossed by like little people, man. Beat up by little people, man.
He was strong, man. That was the strongest 13-year-old child I've ever met. And it's funny too, because like these guys are like sparring, and then all of a sudden you just hear like, oh, and then you see somebody like wiping up blood on the mat. They're like, what the fuck? What happened over there? It's like they made some mistake or something, and somebody got hit wrong in the nose. But that is interesting.
So were you you probably, I don't know how much you were into martial arts at all, but like when you moved to Japan, were you at all surprised? Like for me, when I came here, I thought there would be a larger number of people that are interested in martial arts, but you know, from what I see, most people here, I think in Japan, like Western sports more. They like soccer, or they like baseball.
Or, baseball Western is huge style. Here.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
and
love baseball,
yeah, yeah,
and soccer, but for some
yeah.
strange reason, not basketball. Basketball is not really huge here.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean, Western sports seems to be really huge here. I mean, like you mentioned, like just traditional martial arts. I mean, very rarely, even some of the students that I teach, almost like I don't know, less than 1% of them of the students that I teach actually do a martial art. You know.
yeah. I don't know many people that do martial arts here.
Yeah.
I know that
And
they
see,
have to take judo lessons in uh, junior high school or high school or something.
yeah,
But
mm,
as far as like joining a gym, it's not popular.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
then
much.
it seems like more foreigners are interested in Japanese martial arts.
Yeah, well, foreigners like MMA, so
Well,
like
even karate
there's a
and
boom.
yeah, even in karate, even like the traditional martial arts, it seems like actually most of the if you go to most of the dojos, you'll see well not most of the dojos, but a lot of the dojos have foreign people actually learning like koryu, which is like ancient like sword arts or whatever. They're the ones actually that are really interested because unfortunately a lot of the people are not interested in that kind of stuff here. But that goes to say like wherever you go, right, other people are more interested in your culture than you are in your own. Like I'm not gonna lie. When I was even in Hawaii, I wasn't really interested at all in Hawaiian culture. It wasn't interesting to me when I was growing up, but now it's interesting. It's definitely more interesting to me now.
That's crazy though. You're from Hilo. You should be like more moke.
No,
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 I don't
maybe
know.
no, like no. I mean, I'm sure when I was younger, I kind of was a little bit, but no, not really,
Yeah,
man.
you spend too many time. You spend too much time in Georgia or
Yeah,
Georgia.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
could
You
this
don't
is a
even
nice
like
lead in.
reggae music. I
No, I
know.
am I'm a very untypical person from Hawaii, so I definitely don't fit really this. I was a fat guy, really fat. That's about the only one stereotype they could say, from Hawaii, like big, like big. I was big, but like other than that, man, like I didn't really fit any stereotypes there, man. I was like definitely stuck out like a sore thumb in Hilo. But
Yeah. What?
that could lead into our favorite places over here, and then like favorite places. So what are your favorite places as far as like what do we do like Japan and Hawaii? Like what are your favorite places in Hawaii and Japan?
Okay. Well, in Sapporo, my favorite place is. It used to be Tanuki Koji.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love Tanuki Koji. Tanuki Koji is this arcade area in downtown Sapporo, and they
Mm.
have a lot of bars and small shops. And it's like a little happening place.
Yeah, so
I
like a
used to like
walking
that.
mall. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I used to like
Yeah.
it there because it was a little cheaper than Susukino.
Mm.
Susukino is the red light district, so they have like lots of bars there. So it's a little cheaper and it was less crowded. So
Yeah.
I used to like going there. But
Mm.
recently, I think I like Kotoni. Kotoni is probably my favorite place now to go out to drink.
Because it's
It's
close too.
yeah, it's near my house and
Yeah.
they have a lot of shops. It's not crowded.
That's a nice
Um,
area. It seems like a mini Siskino kind of like it seems like a less seedier Siskino.
yeah, it's like a really small strip of shops. It's
Yeah.
just one strip. It's like a road, and
Yeah.
there's a strip of road and shops on both sides. Karaoke
Yeah.
shops,
Yeah.
izakaya shops, snack
Yeah.
bars. There's
You got to
everything
book
there.
off all kinds of
Yeah, book
interesting
off.
stuff in
Yeah.
there.
Uh,
No, I like that area. Actually, it's not too far from where I am, but I'd like to. investigate the area too. It looks like a little fun area, and it's probably closer. It's definitely closer to me than Siskino is too.
Yeah, it's what is it? 2 or 3 stops away from your subway stop.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Well, I have to ride bike there, so but it's not that far. It's only about 10-15 minute bike ride.
So where in Kotoni would you recommend to go?
Kotoni. There's this little is it a snack bar or a girls bar I like. Um, the owner is really cool. He I don't know if he's the owner, but one of the workers there is really cool. He
Yeah.
likes Hawaii and um, real nice guy. Talked with him. He tries to understand my Japanese, so it's like good Japanese practice for me.
Yeah.
And um, yeah, I go there, play some darts. He's really good at darts. Plays
Yeah.
darts, sing karaoke, drink beer. Um, they have like this gambling machine in there too, where it's like a slot machine, and then if you win, you can use that token to buy drinks in the shop.
Nice.
Uh, honestly, I don't know the name of the bar though, so
That
but
was the place we
it's
went to, right?
yeah, the place
I
we went
mentioned
to.
it. Yeah. That was
It's
cool. Nice place.
near the subway side in
Yeah.
Kotoni, near the subway side. It's on the
Nice.
third floor. I'll I'll I'll, I'll say the name next time.
Yeah. Oh, do you have more
Uh,
places in Hokkaido or Sapporo?
in Sapporo, there's this ping pong bar I like. It's called I Love Ping Pong. I
That's
love
a good
ping
name.
pong. Yeah, I
Very
love ping
direct.
pongs. It's kind of in between Tanuki Koji and Tsukino, so it's in
Mm.
downtown Sapporo,
Yeah.
and they have a ping pong table in the middle of the bar, and anybody can play. So if it's empty, you could just stay on it. If it's crowded, then it's kind of like pick up basketball but with ping pong.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
just wait in line, and the winner stays on the table. There's some really good ping pong players there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not good at all, but my cousin was very good because he's in the military, and when he went to training
Yeah.
to kill time, he played ping pong, and he was actually like known as the ping pong guy. Like
Really?
you'll be walking around and be like, "Hey, you're the ping pong guy." Like he grew a reputation there for ping pong. He
The
got
ping
real deep
pong
into
dude.
it. Yeah.
Nice.
But anyway, he came to visit me, and we went there, and then there's some people playing on the ping pong tables, and he's like, "Oh, I want to challenge that guy," and he got his ass beat
Oh,
by
really?
2 girls.
Dang, smoked.
Yeah, and he was disappointed, but
Yeah.
those people were really good. And then one
Mm.
of them was just like kind of playing around too, but they were part of some ping pong club for some university, so they
Ah,
they were
that's all they
crazy
do.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good. But yeah, I like going there, get drunk, and play some ping pong.
Nice.
Yeah,
So Kotoni then.
that one's in near Tanuki Koji side.
Ah,
Yeah, I love ping pong.
nice. What about Hawaii, man? What's your favorite place in Hawaii?
In Hawaii, um, you know what? Hawaii's changed so much since I've moved. Like there seems to be new places popping up now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to go to TJ's. I like this place, this bar, TJ's. It was like in downtown area, and they had some pool tables. It was a sports bar. Sports bar.
Mm.
Yeah, pool tables, darts, and those mini basketball machines. But they had great food. I liked it. They had good food. Um, yeah, just regular. Everyone drinks Heineken, so drank
Yeah.
Heineken and played pool. But my friends seem to like Beer Lab. now. That seems to be the in thing. Beer lab.
Mm.
It's a craft beer shop, craft beer
Oh,
bar, I guess.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah, really
I'm big in
strong
craft
beers.
beer. Nice.
Yeah, my friend. So I have a friend that goes there often, and he brought
Hmm.
another guy, and the other guy is not used to drinking craft beer, and he
Yeah.
ordered like one of everything on the menu, and it's like craft beer is strong. It's stronger than or this craft beer is strong anyway. It's stronger than regular beer,
Yeah.
and I heard that guy got so messed up, like he threw he threw up all over the car, like the wife's car,
Yeah.
and he threw up all over the outside of the wife's car.
Oh, fun stuff,
It's
man.
crazy,
Yeah,
but
I
I
know.
gotta check that place out. They're always trying to get me to go out.
Nice.
Um, yeah. How about you?
Let's see.
In Sapporo or
All
in
right,
Hokkaido?
Sapporo, my favorite place. I really like Otaru. It's
Hmm.
Otaru in general. It's a fun place. It's really well known for having. It's a port town, and really well known for having like hand blown glass items like wind chimes and just handmade kind of crafty kind of place.
Yeah.
It's very touristy, but yeah, very good sushi over there. Lots of different places. They've got real famous for kamaboko, like these nice big kamaboko balls, man. They're really good.
Yeah,
Uh,
pre-corona, that was like the
oh
spot
man,
for Chinese. All the Chinese tourists would be there with the flag.
yeah,
They would be
dude.
like the tour guide holding the flag.
Yeah.
Crazy.
See that place. They have that Letao cheesecake down there. Letao
Mm.
cheesecake place, which is awesome, amazing cheesecake.
Do you know how
And
they pronounce it? Letao.
oh, how
Du Dutao.
Luta.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
spelled
really?
Letao, but they say Dutao. It's
Uh,
supposed to be like Otaru backwards.
really?
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't make sense,
Okay.
right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. That's right up there with Poki. Poki. It's not Poki, it's Poke, right?
ah,
Poki.
yeah,
Poki.
yeah.
Yeah, like Hawaiian poke, like raw fish and soy sauce, put in the bowl and stuff. It's called Poki over here, not
Here,
Poke. Yeah,
yeah.
yes. But I like Otara, man. I love going there. They have the Ushio Matsuri there every year in August. It's a fun place, man. It's a really cute town and very nice. I like the atmosphere. It's a fun place to go.
I like to walk around there. They have
Yeah,
all they kind of have like side vendors. They're
yeah.
selling like tsubu, which is a sea snail. You can have like grilled sea snail. They
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah,
huge scallops.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're just on the side of the road, and they have melon,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
some. I think they're body melon too.
Oh, your body's good.
Yeah,
That leads me to my second place. So, my second place I really like to go. I like to go to Furano.
Furano. Why?
Yeah,
Why
Furano is.
Furano?
Oh man. Well, first of all, it's famous for having the lavender fields there.
Yeah, it's
And the
coming up
funny thing
soon,
is,
right?
I don't really like lavender. I'm not gonna lie, but like it is beautiful. It smells all right. I wasn't really a fan of lavender before I went there, but and second of all, there's a lavender soft cream there, which is
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like lavender. I think soft cream is all right. It's not great, but that's fantastic. That's some of the best soft cream I've ever had, man. Like really good, tasty. And then they've got all the I guess Furano melons over there you can get. Like they've got the melons cut in half with the melon ice cream. Uh, really beautiful, man. In July is really beautiful there. Beautiful scenery.
Do you
I think
remember the
there's
farm name?
Tomita.
Tomita Farm, yeah?
Yeah, Tomita Farms. Beautiful, like really
Yeah.
cool place. You go there and they have different color flowers and fields. It's really, I mean, it's very touristy, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful area. It has that. It's kind of like in a valley with the mountains and stuff. It's very very nice.
Have you had the curry there?
No, think so. Uh, I don't think we ate lunch there. We just had melon. The place we went to lunch last time we went was the cheese factory, where they make these like handmade, not handmade, but like wood fired pizzas. Oh, it's fantastic, man. That's a great place, man.
Yeah, they have I think Furano is famous for curry too. They
Oh,
have
really?
like a famous curry shop, not at that farm, but in the town.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they're famous for curry, and there's also a really good soup curry place in Furano too. So there's
Oh,
some
man.
curry stuff going on in there.
Nice. I'm gonna hit that next time, man. Not definitely not this year, but probably next year.
Yeah, it's been a
Those are two of
minute
my
since I've
favorite
been
places.
there.
Yeah, we usually try to go every year. So, but I think last year. No, I missed last year too because I had some guests, I guess.
Sup-Sapporo Dosanko life. Alright, let's go!
Let me see. So, Hilo, or Hawaii. I'm from the Big Island. Different from Chad. Chad's from Oahu. So, for me in Hawaii Island, I got two favorite places. So my number one place I love is Waimea. This place called Waimea. It's
Mm.
it's on the road for you go to Hilo, you go north, and basically it's on the road to Kona, which is the other side of the island. So I'm from the rainy side. Kona is the dry side. So you drive through this the Hamakua coast and you go north, and it's beautiful, man. It's green fields, rolling fields everywhere, and big hills, and the wind is always blowing like literally it looks like you're like kind of in the clouds, man. It's a beautiful place. It's really freaking expensive, man. Like the houses there are crazy, like $1 million houses just for a basic house.
Damn.
Really nice. But it's interesting because like you when you drive around the island of Hawaii, you go through like many different types of terrain. So Hamakua Coast, you're going on the coast, there's the ocean here. And when you hit a certain point, it's kind of jungle-ish, and then it kind of clears out to these like open fields where this place called Parker Ranch, the was one of the biggest. It was like the biggest privately owned ranch for a long time. Have you ever been there before?
Parker Ranch?
No, Waimea, Waimea area.
I maybe I don't know. I've been to the Big Island once, and we stayed in Kona, of course, the
Yeah, yeah,
tourist area, all the resorts,
yeah,
and we did drive to Hilo to see the Kamehameha statue,
yeah.
um, the market, the farmers market.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
What else is the Rainbow Falls near there?
Yeah, yeah. Rainbow Falls is in Hilo. Yeah,
Yeah, we went to Rainbow Falls. Um, but I, like you said, when we were driving, the terrain changed a lot. Like I
yeah. Well,
remember we were driving through like these tall trees. They're just like tall trees
yeah,
left and right.
yeah,
And then we went to the place where it's all just fields, the emptiness.
yeah, yeah,
It's just green fields everywhere. Um, and then there was just like black lava rocks.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I
It
think
was
Big Island
interesting.
is one of the few places that actually, I think it was at 13, 14 types of terrain or something. I
Rain.
think the
Yeah,
Big Island has like 12 or some 12 or 15 of them or something.
it's just missing a
Desert,
few like the
yeah,
tundra and
desert,
stuff. Yeah,
jungle, lava area, green fields. Yeah, it's pretty. You drive around the island, it's literally like you go through like different kinds of like places, man. It's pretty nice.
yeah. When we went there, we
Um,
stopped by at Tex.
oh,
You
Texas
know Tex?
driving.
Yeah,
Oh
Tex.
yeah, dude. Malasadas, man.
The
That's the good stuff,
malasadas.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
The malasadas have changed a bit. I mean, I remember going there at the original place. It was a smaller place. It's actually where the laundromat is right now. They were kind of square malasadas. They were big.
They're still
The new
square.
ones,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Were they square? I can't remember, but they were really good. They were different. The new ones are good too, but the old ones to me were kind of special.
What was that last part?
Um,
It cut off. You moved back.
the place is kind of special. The original one, the original Texas Drive-In. Yeah. My second place, Rainbow Falls. Yeah, it's right in Hilo. I like that place. It's basically it's a waterfall, like 5 minutes north drive of Hilo town, and they call it Rainbow Falls because on a sunny day, you can see a rainbow in the falls. And supposedly there's like legends of like vampires or monsters living in the
Vampires.
yeah, some sort of vampires or monsters living in the river.
You got some
supposedly
Hawaiian vampires.
yeah, something like that. It's kind of crazy. Well, the reason why I think part of the reason why is the river actually lots of people like to swim in the river, but there's lots of undertows in the river. Lots of people die. I mean, there's a couple people that die in the river every year. And they're told like don't swim in the river, don't swim in the river. You got undertow, but people swim in the river. I've had a couple of classmates of mine die.
There's an undertow in that river.
Yeah, there's like stuff that pulls people down and sucks them in. Yeah.
What?
So yeah, there's legends or whatever that there's something in the water that grabs people.
Where is it coming from? The undertow.
I'm not sure, man. It's white. It's called because the waterfall leads into the Wailuku River, which was what it's called. And I don't know, people swim in these different areas and they drown, man. I know lots of people that drown in that river, man. And people still swim in that river too.
Yeah, people were jumping off the fall.
Yeah, crazy, man. This is a funny story. I actually fell off a waterfall. This waterfall called Pi'i Honua. It's north of Rainbow Falls. Yeah, it was a stupid move. We were spearing prawns, and it was raining up in the mountains, but it was a really nice day where we were, and we were trying to swim to this like little island, and I'm swimming with pants and a spear in my hand, and I get thrown over a waterfall, and I landed right. Yeah, I landed right in the middle of the water. If I had landed like 2 feet to either side, it would have been like bam on rocks, man.
Damn.
So I had to like pull myself out, and my back was traumatized. I had to crawl out of a ravine, and then
how high was that fall about?
You see, it was maybe 20 feet or something.
That's crazy lucky. If you fell on those rocks, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's funny. I remember like churning the water, like I got out. My back was messed up for about a week.
Damn.
Yeah, stupid things when you do when you're young.
Wait, do you eat the prawns?
Yeah, we cooked them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Island was nice. I want to visit there again. We went up to Mauna Kea.
Yeah.
But to go look at the stars.
Oh, that is a beautiful site. Actually, that should be on my list of places to go, man.
Yeah, it's nice.
I went there I've probably been up to Mauna Kea probably only like 3 or 4 times. The last time I went was the only time I went to go see the sunset. And the sunset is immaculate, man. Like you go up there before sunset, and you're above the clouds. I think it's like the highest. I think it's like one of the highest peaks in the world. And,
well, it's the highest mountain in the world, if you count it from the base, which is underwater. Yeah.
And man, when that sun goes down, it is fantastic, man. Because it's above the clouds. There's zero light pollution on there. It is I mean, you see millions of stars. It looks beautiful. I mean, it's fantastic. The only thing you have to worry about is like you go up there. If you have the air is a little thin, so when you walk around, you kind of like lose your breath. So you have to make sure that you're in good health, or you can't bring little kids up there and stuff. It's too thin.
I went with my kids, so we only went halfway up. There was a point where it was safe for the kids. Yeah. But even from there, it was crazy. Like you could see satellites just floating around. There are so many satellites. I didn't realize how many satellites there were. They're everywhere, man.
Yeah, it is beautiful, man. It looks like somebody painted like the sky, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
I really I really understand why the Hawaiians, say that's a sacred area, because man, you feel like you're literally in heaven when you're up there.
Hmm. It was really interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Um, the
Yeah, I
amount of
highly recommend.
stars,
Yeah.
you don't even realize how many
Yeah.
stars there are. Because then
Yeah.
when you're in the city side with all the light pollution,
Yeah.
there's
You
a
can't
lot
see
of stars
much.
you're not seeing.
Yeah.
I didn't know too on the Big Island you guys had to have like yellow lights like
Yeah.
in the
Yeah. The
town.
orange lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the orange lights.
Yeah.
That's to minimize light pollution, right?
Yeah. That's to minimize the light pollution over there. So they, instead of like they changed it over, I think a long time ago when I was a kid. We had the regular lights for street lights, but they changed it over to like a special kind of like a light, so that the light pollution is like minimized in here. So it's less interference, light pollution for the astronomers.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Um,
Right.
what else was there?
Oh, so what about where we're from? Like, talk about a little bit about our town. Maybe what it's famous for, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, anything interesting about your particular place.
My town.
Yeah, where are you
Um,
from?
well, I'm from Kalihi, and
What is
a
that
lot
place
of
famous for?
what it's famous for. Well, my town there's a lot of good food in my hometown. Like there's a
Yeah,
bunch of small shops everywhere,
yeah,
but it kind of has a reputation for not being safe. I mean, there's
mm,
a lot of public housing, and it was a pretty tough town, especially in like the early '90s. I think
yeah,
that's when it was really bad. I even read like FBI had to come and help curb down violence and
uh,
illegal activity and stuff. So the '90s
yeah,
were particularly bad, and that's what everyone remembers about my hometown.
yeah. So where's
There,
Kalihi? It's in Oahu, right?
yeah, it's on Oahu. It's in Honolulu. It's maybe 10 minutes away from the airport, maybe less than that, even 5 minutes away from the airport, maybe.
Mm,
But they do have a lot of great food in Kalihi.
mm.
There's so many shops there,
Like, where
small
are your favorite
shops.
places?
My favorite places, one of them is Ray's Cafe. Ray's Cafe is on King Street, North King Street, North King Street. Ray's Cafe is on King Street, and it's this really tiny shop. They serve plate lunch and burgers and stuff, some basic local Hawaii food, but
Yeah.
they have this really great prime rib and king crab set. It's crazy because the way he makes it, it's so succulent,
Oh
and
yeah.
the seasoning, everything's on point. But you if you order to go, it gets served in the plate lunch boxes, like those really cheap styrofoam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like contrasting. You get this really great food, but it's served like on this really cheap plate. But it's great, man. That place is good. And his the fried
Yeah,
chicken's crazy. It's so
yeah,
crispy, seasoned well, and the inside so juicy.
yeah, yeah.
So Ray's Cafe. Um, yeah, it was a hot spot for what is that? The tour bus drivers, like on their
Oh
lunch
yeah, yeah,
break. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
just see a bunch of big tour buses on the side of the road, and they're just on their lunch break.
Hmm.
Um, I don't see them much anymore. I wonder if they changed some laws where they can't park on the side. But
Ah,
when I was younger, there used to be a lot of tour buses there.
yeah.
Um, Another place I like is Sugoi's. Sugoi's is
Oh, nice.
they're famous for garlic garlic chicken. So their garlic chicken is
Ooh,
good.
garlic
Um,
chicken.
and the portions are huge. So Like I share a plate with my wife because I can't finish it on my own.
Therefore,
But
the name is Sugoi, right? Amazing, right?
sugoi, yeah,
Mm.
sugoi. It's at Dillingham Shopping Center or Shopping Plaza. It's where the old DMV used to be. And right across the street of that, there's Kamehameha Bakery. You can get the poi donuts
Mm.
and what else is in that shopping mall? Chinatown Market, also in this area.
Mm.
They have fresh everything, fresh vegetables, fresh fish, fresh meat in Chinatown Market. This whole
Mm.
area is fire.
So,
Kalihi.
what do you like about your town, and what don't you like about it?
Well, it is kind of dangerous because there are public housing and it's kind of rough. So I grew up in a kind of rough neighborhood. Like the school there's a whole bunch. There's two or three of different public housings, and they all have to go to the same school at some point. So then there's
Mm.
all these gangs that form, and then they kind of fight, um, or they try to jack you. But I grew up when I grew up, I used to play lots of sports, and I made friends with some of these guys from
Yeah.
elementary school. So they kind of just left me alone in junior high school and high school. I didn't have to worry, and it wasn't
Mm.
that bad to be honest. Like there were some jackings going on, not often,
Mm.
but I don't think it was as bad as the '90s for sure.
Uh,
Um, but there were some gang fights. I remember this big brawl in high school. Like everyone was just running around. People were chasing other people and just watching this unfold. And then there's like this huge ass fight with there had to be at least more than 20 people.
Royal Rumble.
But yeah, it's crazy. Also, there's also this guy who made a pipe bomb.
Ooh,
Yeah, man, that was some crazy
that'll make you
shit.
famous.
this is I knew this guy too. Like we were in the same class, but he made he made a pipe bomb and he threw it in the dumpster. It luckily it didn't go off, but
Oh, nice.
it was crazy seeing bomb squad come, police, and
That
like
was
the
that was
teacher
like
is serious.
yeah. That was what
Yeah,
pre-Columbine. That was what.
not it wasn't pre-Columbine, it was after Columbine, but
Uh,
he his intent was not to hurt anyone. So he was just a stupid guy who thought that like, oh, it'd be funny if there's a big explosion in the dumpster.
so there's an IQ issue there then.
But yeah, but that when the police was taking him away, he was just like hands up on the window. He's like making funny faces. I don't think
Yeah,
he honestly realized how much shit he got himself into.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but there was that. So there
So
was a whole bunch of stuff.
so the area you were living in was a city area, right? It wasn't a country place, right?
No, it's not. It's not the countryside. Like I live in the city. Yeah.
So is your area also besides the crazy stuff that's happening? Is it kind of famous for anything else? Anything or anybody interesting or famous come from your area?
There's the there's a, yeah, some of the local comedian guys went to my high school, like Augie T.
Oh,
Augie
really?
T. Yeah, and he grew up in Kali. Um, what else? There's that Bishop Museum. Bishop Museum's there. Um, Bishop Museum has all like the Hawaiian culture, Hawaiian
Mm.
museum, and there's also like a science museum there and Polynesian section. They also had like what is that? There was some exhibition where they actually brought one of the Easter egg, not Easter egg, Easter Island
Oh, the Moors.
moas. Yeah, they bought one of them
Oh wow.
like a real one. It was really huge, man, and you could
Oh
see
yeah.
like where like the bottom part was under it because it's
Yeah.
off colored. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's so they got some exhibitions going on there once in a while. Yeah. Yeah. How about you? Did we talk about you already? Yeah.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Well, for me, I'm from Hilo. I'm from the Big Island. Hilo is the east side. It's the rainy side. Maybe about my town. I'm not sure what it is now, but I think it was about 50,000 people living in that town.
How big was your high
But
school?
my high school, I think total was 700 people, maybe.
That's it.
Yeah, 700 people, dude. I went to Hilo High School. It wasn't that many people, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
My freshman class, I think there was like 1,200 of us,
Damn.
and that was just my fresh. I remember there was like some assembly, and then they said we were one of the biggest freshman classes,
Oh
and
wow.
then they said look to the left of you, look to the right. Chances are they're not going to be there at graduation.
Well, for them to say that, that's not good.
Yeah, my graduating class was like 800, I think, from that 1,200.
Yeah, my class was about 700 people, I think. I don't remember, but I don't know. My town is kind of Inaka, man. It's kind of country place. Most of the people like to go hunting and fishing and surfing and all that stuff. I didn't like to do any of that stuff. That was not my thing.
Yeah.
But let me see. Well, we had it's a really small town, man. When I was growing up, there wasn't much to do, man. There was Kaiko Mall and Hilo Shopping Center were the only two malls there.
How big were
Um,
these malls comparable to
Bryce,
Alamoana?
dude, it was like nothing. It was like a shop in Al Moana, basically. It was a small town, dude. Like, Kaiko Mall was basically like a really. I think it's a state building now, but that place used to have J.C. Penney's was in there.
JC
Ben
Penney.
Franklin, yeah, Ben Franklin's. Yeah, the whole front, like Hilo town itself was like pretty small, man. I remember Woolworths. Woolworths was open downtown.
So what was like
So,
the hot spot? Where would everyone go after high school?
well, when I was when did it happen? What, eighth grade? They opened up Prince Kuhio Plaza, which is the big mall in Hilo. So if you go there, it's not even that big, man. But like that would be the place to go.
That's
Either
where all the
there,
kids hung out.
I guess, yeah, like after school, whatever. That place. But I'll be honest, I wasn't in school too much during high school, so I had no idea where people were hanging out. So, um, let's see, Hilo. When I was growing up, I liked. There was a place called Dick's Coffee House. It's no longer there. It was in the Hilo Shopping Center. That was a great place to eat, man. I used to like the food there. Right now, there's Hawaii Style Cafe. Is it Hawaii Style? I keep on getting the name messed up. Hawaiian Style Cafe. That place is great, man. When you have breakfast there, dude, each plate comes with like a huge thing of pancakes, dude. Like extra. You order like Portuguese sausage, eggs, and rice, which is a staple in Hawaii, and they give you this huge pancakes, two huge pancakes.
Nice.
Everyone gets their own huge pancakes, man. That place is great. Good, really good food, good breakfast. A place called Nori's, which is like a noodle shop. Nori's noodle shop. You go in there, you can have like Hilo style Simon and
What is
local
a
food
Hilo
there.
style Simon?
It's a Hilo's take on like ramen, but I can't remember what it tastes like. I haven't had it in a long time, but that's a good place. They have chocolate mochi, which is really good. Really good seasoning for steak. That place is good.
Mochi is interesting in Hawaii. Like, I think the mochi in Hawaii is more thought of as a dessert, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
when you hear
yeah.
mochi, you think dessert.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But like over here,
Yeah,
it's like, some people like put like they wrap it in bacon and barbecue it and stuff. Like not barbecue, but like they roast it and stuff.
it's like their lunch here. They can
Yeah,
have it as a like a meal for breakfast or
yeah,
lunch,
yeah, yeah.
and they just replace it with rice, or they put some type of um like sugar shoyu sauce,
Mhm.
or ki kinako powder and
Yeah,
sugar.
kinako. Yeah, yeah,
But and the mochi, like if you just eat it alone, it's not sweet at all. It's just
yeah.
mochi flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that really confused me in the beginning,
Mm.
because I always thought of mochi as dessert and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that surprised me. That surprised me too. And then let's see. Well, if you go to Hilo, there's Two Ladies Kitchen. That's really famous for strawberry mochi. Huge strawberries, like that big, and it's covered in mochi with chocolate and stuff. That
Okay.
place is great. Highly recommended for omiyage. Big Island Candies. That's a famous place. That's really good.
Yeah, Big Island kind is famous. I
Yeah,
went
yeah.
there to the factory. That's like the
Oh yeah,
factory, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The factory place. You try
Yeah.
the chocolate covered squid?
I wonder. I don't remember.
It's actually pretty
No,
good.
I don't think I
Yeah,
have.
it's,
Chocolate
it's
covered
pretty good.
squid?
Yeah, chocolate covered Ika, dude. It's a squid, dried squid, with half dipped in chocolate. It's actually
Oh,
pretty good.
is it the cuttlefish?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have tried that. Yeah, that's right. They take like a whole bunch and they chocolate cover
yeah,
one half of it, and then they
yeah,
it's like kind of holding it together so it looks like
yeah,
an octopus or squid.
yeah.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah. It's interesting because you wouldn't think it. I mean, I tell it to Japanese. I tell it to my friends over here in Japan, and they're like, "What? Chocolate covered Ika?" But it actually works.
It does,
It's a
yeah.
salty kind of like sweet, and the texture and stuff. It works actually pretty good. I'm sure
I
my friends in Colorado are like dying when I say that. With that like, chocolate covered squid. You
We
know?
bought a few packs of that. I remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
good.
almost forgot about that.
What else in my town? If you do need music instruments, go to Big Island Guitars. My friend Spencer, man, he's got a awesome shop over there. Really, really cool dude. Really cool guy over there for
How about
free.
your hometown? Not home. Your hometown now. Your town
Yeah.
now that you live in. Not your hometown. The town that you live in now. How is
Oh,
that compared to Hilo?
oh, I like it a lot better. It's more interesting. I don't know, safer. Interesting. The food is better. I like this place much better. To me personally, I was never a Hilo person. I don't think I ever really belonged in Hilo, man. It's just I always want to live somewhere else. I wanted to go live somewhere else where I could see concerts and travel and stuff. And Hilo is just never really. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, for about 10 years, and I lived in Colorado for 2 years. I spent most of my 20s in Georgia, so actually I consider myself more of a Southern person than a Hawaii person, to tell the truth. So,
That's crazy. You're like the most what is that?
Hawaii.
On Hawaii person from Hawaii
Yeah,
I've ever met. Like
yeah,
most people from Hawaii have lots of pride. Like for example, if you ask someone from Hawaii, like where are you from? They're gonna say their hometown, um or not where are you from, like what are you or something. Like
yeah, yeah,
you know when you're traveling and they
yeah,
ask
yeah,
like where are you from, and most people from the US would say I'm American, or I'm from the United States, I'm from
yeah,
America. But Hawaii people will say I'm from Hawaii. They won't
yeah,
say America. Like Hawaii, they'll
yeah.
put Hawaii first before America.
Well, I do that. I definitely do that. I never say I'm American.
You never say you're American, but
No, no, no. I say I'm.
you don't seem to have that pride, like the Hawaii pride. as much.
Yeah, well, I think there's I think well, if you asked me like 10, 20 years ago, definitely my answer would be different. I think I have a certain amount of pride. There's a certain connection that you always have with the place you grow up with, right? So like you have a certain there's it's a familiar place. Like when I meet people from Hawaii, there's definitely a connection there because you have like the culture, the language,
Yeah.
same kind of upbringing and stuff. But like, Hilo is kind of always going to be a part of me. But I don't know, like my mom is not from Hawaii, so like I guess she was from like Los Angeles, so like part of my background was not from Hawaii. All the things I really like were not necessarily from Hawaii. When I was growing up, I liked different things. And then when I started playing music, I played heavy metal and stuff. So heavy metal is like the worst music you want to play, like in Hilo, Hawaii. Like, yeah, trying to find people to play in heavy metal. I was lucky. I met some really cool people that were kind of like minded, but you kind of just in general, the things that I liked made me kind of stick out like a sore thumb. So I wanted to leave Hilo as soon as possible, man. So.
Yeah,
But it was an interesting place. It definitely, I think, growing up in Hawaii definitely gives you a really interesting perspective on life. I've lived in the continental United States for like 12 years, lived in Japan and stuff, and it gives you a very nice open background, right? Because there's so many different cultures there, and I think the mentality is very different from continental US.
yeah. There's definitely like cultural jokes are definitely more flexible in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Like
like
everyone
that's a good.
teases every type of
Yeah,
culture.
yeah,
No one
yeah.
really
I
gets
think
offended.
yeah, exactly. I mean, there's like I think everyone is more loose about it because we make fun of everybody, right? I mean, you say jokes about Filipinos and Japanese and Portuguese and Hawaiian.
Chinese,
Yeah,
basically
you
all
joke
the
about everybody.
plantation ones. Yeah,
Yeah, because when it gets down to it, we're all living on an island and stuff, and we celebrate. I mean, our culture is a mishmash of everything, right? So all of these different cultures and things, and we have being on an island. It really does. We really do need to work together and live together, and we're basically family. I think that's a very interesting aspect about living on an island. I mean, Japan is kind of very much the same. You live in an island. I mean, you kind of have to work together, right? There's not space to go run away. You can't run away too many times.
Japan's a bit bigger than Hawaii, though. I mean, you could get
Yeah,
away
but
here.
but the mentality is very island. It's
Yeah,
island oriented, right? The culture is very much the whole, right? I think that's why maybe for Hawaii people to move to Japan or Japan to move to Hawaii, it's a very it's the easier transition, because you know what to expect, I guess.
especially since well, it was easy for me because a lot of Japanese cultures intertwined into Hawaii culture, so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
too big of a change. There's
yeah,
some small things here and there that bother me, but
yeah,
not so much. Yeah, my
yeah,
friend from my classmate and friend from the mainland, he
yeah,
came from Jersey, and he landed here and he was listening to Hawaii radio, like FM radio,
yeah.
and he was surprised by the types of things the VJ was saying. I guess it was like too racial for the mainland, and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "There's no way this would fly in the mainland." I don't know exactly what it was about, but I think they were talking about some minority race in the mainland. I guess like maybe there's some
Oh,
Japanese
dude.
thing or some Chinese thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he was like,
Uh,
"There's no way this would fly."
a good example would be listen to Frank De Lima.
Yeah,
Like
Frank Delima.
Frank De Lima is a comedian in Hawaii, very famous guy. I remember getting a tape of his. I forgot, it was Super Pocho or something like that. But yeah, on that tape, he made fun of every single race in some format through these songs or whatever. I mean, there was even a song called Popolo. You heard that song?
I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember it.
It was a take of like Kokomo from the Beach Boys, but it was called Popolo.
And for those of you who don't know what Popolo is,
Yeah.
do you want to explain?
Yeah, it means black person.
Yeah.
But
because Popolo is a berry.
Yeah.
And the berry is kind of black.
Yeah.
So they call it black Popolo in Hawaii.
Yeah. So he recorded a song called Popolo, which is a take of Kokomo, like he did like a parody, like Weird Al.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way now in this climate could he like do something like that. I mean, I tried to actually look for it to see if it was on the internet. It's not even on the internet. So I mean, it's a very but you know, that was in the 90s, and you know, he made fun of everybody.
Yeah, he did the Chinese eye and the squinting.
Yeah. Glenn Miyashiro. Yeah. Stuff like that. You know, making fun of all different races, and you know, if he did that in the continent of the United States, he would probably be like, oh man, his career would be over, and death threats or whatever and stuff. But,
and he also used to go to all the elementary schools, and they did he did some like small assembly or a small presentation, get all the kids involved. It was crazy. It was fun. Yeah, like I seen on YouTube he was doing his, I think it was Glenn Miyashiro, or he was doing some type of Asian joke, and the comments were all these people from the mainland, like angry.
How insensitive you are, right?
Yeah, they're keyboard warriors,
Yeah.
But they don't understand.
Yeah. The context is they don't understand the context of the culture, right? So that's a wonderful thing about being in Hawaii. I mean, as far as like racial stuff, I mean, like it's all taken with a grain of salt. It's I don't know, we call each other names all the time. It's it's part of our culture, right? So I mean, that's something that is very interesting about Hawaii culture versus like continental US.
I think it's good. You have any last comments?
Good show. Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us. If you're listening and stuff, and please hit subscribe and share if possible. And we're gonna try to get more polished, the better every show. So or even if you guys want to have any topics you guys are interested in maybe hearing us talk about, whatever, please send us a message or put a message on the chat or something.
Yeah, leave some comments. Let us know what we can do to improve. And if you guys have any questions or anything about Japan or Hawaii, just leave it in the comments. We'll try to answer it.
Oh yes. Also too, we may do I think we're going to do a special dad joke edition for Father's Day. So we're going to do a competition with dad jokes we made up. So this should be pretty fun. If you laugh, the other person gets a point. So I'm bringing
that. So you're writing your own, right?
Oh yeah, dude. I got some winners, my friend. I'm bringing that shit, bro. I'm bringing that.
I can switch. No emotion, no laughing. Yeah. I got this. How many are we making? About 15 each?
I'm gonna do like 20, 25, bro.
Damn. I don't think I can make that.
I'm busting it, dude. I'm busting the cheese, man. I'm bringing up the Cheetos, my friend.
All right. So that'll be next week.
All right. Cool.
All right. Shoots.
Peace
Until
out.
next time.